23 incredible reasons to join Team Air for the newest Splatoon 3 Splatfest coming July 11th. In this video, I will tell you why I know this team is going to win, why it's the best team, and I will be addressing the best arguments from the other side so we can find out together why this team is on top. In my last video like this, I was able to convince over 1,000 people to join my team. So, without further ado, here are the reasons to join Team Air. Subscribe. First, let's start out with the color. What you need to know is that Summer Nights is meant to have a neon summer aesthetic. So, although many may prefer this blue color over the pink, it's pretty clear to see that the pink is the best fit for this specific Splatfest. And in my opinion, the pink is even better in general. I have Summer Nights gameplay on screen, so you can decide for yourself. But I feel like the blue is just too light to look as good as the pink. Also, even if you don't join the team with your favorite color, you'll still see all three colors in battle. So while Team Air is an amazing color, if that's not your cup of tea, the team will still be right for you. Now, let's make a general argument as to why planes are better. I obviously have many other routes to go, but I want to start with my simplest one. What most people agree defines a good travel method is being fast and safe, and planes clearly accomplish these things the best. I don't think I have to pull out a source for it to be known that planes are the fastest vehicle there is. That's the main reason people even use them. In terms of safety, people may share their doubts about that one. We probably have all seen the insane amount of plane crashes this year, thinking they're crazy unsafe. But in reality, planes are safer than ever. As a matter of fact, planes are safer than both boats and cars. Many have flight anxiety because of how detrimental things can be in that rare case of an accident, but people truly underestimate just how rare that chance of an accident is. Most people I know have been very scared of going on planes, but after taking a trip or two, their anxieties wash away. In terms of safety, cars are by far the most dangerous. Boats are pretty far up there, and planes are the safest form of travel you can choose, by far, with on average less than 1 death per 10 million miles traveled. For cars, that number is 73 deaths. What this means is that you're more likely to get struck by lightning while winning the lottery than getting in a plane crash. So, to speak very generally, planes are the best form of travel. But this video won't just cover that. I want to make sure planes remain unbeatable when you take it from any possible angle. So, let's get into more things planes do well, and by the end of this video, the best reason will be unraveled. Planes have a great amount of accessibility. It bypasses the normal limits of human travel and can do anything possible. What I'm getting at is that boats are bound to the sea, and cars are bound to the roads. However, planes can go over land and the sea, meaning they can effectively travel anywhere in the world. Planes are the most useful transportation in the sense that mechanization is necessary, because you can always swim to your destination, you can always walk to your destination, but no human can fly without a plane. This means air travel is the only thing not recreatable, which is a major thing going for it, since why go by car or boat when you can just walk or swim? Why go by car or boat to your destination when a plane is much faster too? And you do not have to stick it to just the land or the sea. Air travel combines both land and sea travel and adds things on to make it much better. On top of this, planes are able to float in water and roll on land. There is no reason to pick Team Land or Sea since a plane can do everything a car or boat can do, plus more. Helicopter. The next reason is something I forgot about until the script was almost complete. Air travel is not limited to just planes. If you enjoy blimps, fighter jets, helicopters, hot air balloons, all of them belong to air travel. Even super obscure things, like ziplining, count as air travel. As long as there is something you find cool, there is a reason to join Team Air. Because if you can think of a travel option that's cooler than the rest, that should be enough for you to join our team. But Team Air isn't just planes. The teams are respectively land, sea, and air, meaning we can't just use planes to be the best team, we must talk about the places themselves. We can do this first by talking about the aesthetics. Sunsets are an objectively beautiful thing. I'm sure almost anyone watching can agree they enjoy looking at sunsets. While select areas in the world can carry nice landscapes, I guess, and oceans do look pretty good, Sunsets are so universal and common between everyone on Earth. They're so pretty and so unifying since almost everyone has seen one. This yet again proves Team Air goes far beyond just travel. And back to airplanes. They are one of the greatest achievements in humanity. If you Google greatest achievements, it will lead you to seeing airplane before both the internet and the computer. You are watching this very video thanks to the internet and the computer, so imagine how great an invention must be to be better than those two. Team Air is just so far above the other teams, pun intended. It just goes beyond the limits previously imagined and goes literally above a car and a boat. The act of flight has been dreamed of for humanity since existence, which leads me to my next reason. We have dreamed of flight forever. It is easily the most popular superpower. All the greatest superheroes can fly. Even Splatoon itself has proven flight is the best, winning flight versus invisibility back in Splatoon 2. As the most sought after power, it speaks a lot to air travel as a whole, and how good planes truly are. Also, superheroes that specialize in land and sea are quite boring. Aquaman, for example, is the lamest superhero in the whole world. My brother was in a play about superheroes once, and the joke of the entire scene was how Aquaman didn't even do anything. It was actually one of the main recurring jokes throughout the play, about how boring he was. All this really shows how Team Air is destined to be the best. If you love Splatoon, make sure to subscribe. If you want to be updated, entertained, and informed about this game, I have everything for you. I also plan to spend my entire summer uploading for you guys, and I have a huge event coming at the end of the summer that you won't want to miss. There is also a clear science to why planes are so fun to be on. In my opinion, being on a plane rivals the vacation itself in terms of enjoyability. My theory to this is the 3 P's: passion, productivity, and popcorners. The passion is clear. Feeling your stomach drop as you ascend to the ground and be one with the birds is an unrivaled experience. Productivity follows suit, as you can zone out of your responsibilities and have uninterrupted work time on what you need. And many of my YouTube videos are actually because of planes I've been on. Not this one though. Third, popcorners. The one snack that I've known to associate with planes. One of the best chips ever, unique to that ride. These 3 P's make the plane experience so much better than any other option. Team Air is a force to be reckoned with. Let's derail from planes itself again and talk about the land animals versus sea animals versus sky animals. Birds are cooler than fish and land mammals. The most apparent argument for birds is that they can fly. But did you know that there are also some of the smartest animals out there? They're able to mimic human speech, recognize faces, and solve puzzles. There are also a reason feathers exist, and possibly the wildest fact yet, birds evolved from dinosaurs. Yes, there are dinosaurs roaming through our society, T-Rex descendants that poop on cars and survive in any environment. As a matter of fact, the coldest and hottest parts of the world are home to none other than birds. They also go wherever they want, and don't stick to just one area of the world like other animals. These crazy creatures should be enough for you to join Team Air on its own. However, so for anyone who just fell in love with birds through my last point, I'm sorry, cause they also taste incredible. While I know they don't fly, I will be using chickens for my argument. Argue with the sky. Seafood is a very diverse topic, and although I like most of it, I don't want to be eating my favorite Splatoon characters. And sure, cows and pigs taste good, but the sheer variety from birds makes my mouth water. Wings, fried, grilled, everyone has something to love. La 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 lava, fish. It's something that should never be said. And take a look at this mouth-watering dishes on screen. And tell me you aren't on Team Air yet. Let's be fair. Team Boats and Team Cars do have some strong points, but I want to break them down and see why Team Air still wins. Let's start with Cars. Cars have a lot going through them. They're the most personalized out of the three, meaning when you're on a car, it's your own car. You don't have to pay some company each time you use it, there's no lines, no TSA, and if you want to leave or go in another vehicle, you can do that. The other great thing about cars is road trips. There's just something great about getting all that time to yourself that is so beloved. Also, cars don't emit nearly as much carbon as air travel does. So, this all seems great for cars, but here's some things that this argument does not take into account. First, even though you don't need to pay every time you use a car, you still need money for gas, and it adds miles to your car, making it less valuable the more you use it. This means, even though it's not direct, there is still a cost to using a car. And while road trips are nice, plane rides are effectively the same exact thing, but better. You get a nice view out your window, and you can close it whenever. You have personalized servers that give you whatever you want, and just the vibes are so much better, even if you are in economy. And if you don't like the lack of comfort, you still have the ability to pick higher level seats. While on average, planes are more dangerous to the environment from cars, many common instances are actually better if you take a plane. For instance, driving alone in a gas car will emit more carbon dioxide than flying solo. Air travel is also more fuel efficient, as they don't need to constantly start and stop, which puts more strain on the engine. The plane can also carry so many people that it's actually safer for the environment per person than a car. It is also nice having no TSA or lines, but I would argue traffic is much worse, especially when you have TSA pre-check and you don't have to be searched constantly on planes. Now, for boats. Boats probably have the greatest comfort and freedom out of any travel option. It is the only thing that allows you to roam free. Also, cruise ships. There's really no other travel option that meets the luxury of a cruise ship. People opt to spend their entire vacation on a boat, and there's no other real instance of that. While everything said is true, there are added downsides to diminish it. For example, being able to walk around is nice, but it's at the expense of rocking around over and over again. Once you finally get home and lay in your bed, you start to feel that rocking coming back to haunt you. Also, cruise ships are basically just a regular resort, just on a boat. I'm not sure why people would rather go on a cruise than travel to a resort by plane or car. It gives you so much more freedom and you're not bound to where the boat goes. It is also not as efficient as planes, which don't even give you that much area to roam because the plane ride's over before you even need it. This all diminishes the arguments for cars and boats, and if this did not convince you, my final reason definitely will. Next is something extremely important. You may know Splatoon and Splatfest are scored on popularity, meaning you want to be the most popular team. Or do you? Because when your team is the most popular, you will be stuck having mirror matches against your own team. This perfect balance is in the middle, aka second place. And I am very glad to report that is exactly where Team Air is. I checked very reliable polls from both North America and Japan. I found that North America air travel is the most popular, but in Japan, sea is the most popular. Averaging out the numbers, I can confirm air has a solid shot of getting some popularity points while rarely getting any mirror matches. Now, all planes are designed for air travel. Planes are only used for one thing, and that helps it stay convenient since it's designed for exactly what you plan to use it for. A car, for example, may not be designed for riding in that specific environment that you wanted it to, or may not be designed for holding that many people. A boat may be a ferry when you wanted it to be a sleep boat. What I'm getting at is that planes are simply perfect. Everything is tailor-made perfectly for what you need. Cars and boats can try to adapt to any situation, but they simply won't be able to keep up. Now, before the finale, here are some rapid-fire reasons. Ones that are so self-explanatory, I won't waste a whole reason on them. Zeus, the god of gods. Even the ancient Greeks worship the sky. Air is the best. Air conditioning. It's summer. It's hot. Air is something that you're gonna need to cool down. Planes were able to prove the Earth is round thanks to something called the Coriolis effect. The definition is on the screen. Very much nerdy, but even more so cool. Flying through a cloud. Enough said. No gruesome traffic, just free-flowing sliding. We literally breathe air every second. No worries of whether weather will affect you. You fly right over. That feeling when you get out of the airport/plane and the warm air hits you. If you've been keeping up with Splatoon, you may have expected this one. The reason Team Air will win is Big Man. Wait, don't click off. Don't click off. I'm serious. There has been 7 special Splatfests so far. Statistics say Big Man should have won 2, maybe 3, but that's not the case at all. Big Man has won every single special Splatfest the game has had. That's a 0.001% chance. There is just something in his aura. Maybe it's the colors they assign him. Maybe it's the fact it's the holiday Splatfest. It's just undeniable the reign Big Man has over special Splatfest. I really have no doubt the win is going to be handed to Team Air this time around. We have history on our side. So now, let's win this together. But what do you think? Are you convinced? What team are you on? Comment down below. I'm planning a lot for the summer on YouTube, and I would like to get to know as many Splatoon fans as possible. Join our Discord. Maybe you can help pave the direction for this channel. Anyways, thanks for watching. It helps a ton. And while you're at it, why not subscribe? The Splatfest is on July 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope to see you there, and I hope to see you on Team Sky. Thanks for watching. All planes are designed for air travel. Planes are only used for one. And guess, while I record that, an airplane flies over my house. How funny, isn't it? And right after I record that, a car drives right by my house, interrupting yet again. Funny.